Good start.
Okay.
Live. Yeah, we're live. Live from a bright and shiny 2026. That's it. That's all I have to say. Bright and shiny.
Really?
That's it. No joke.
Writers are lazy already.
Maybe some sarcasm. I don't even know. It's an all-new terrific Tuesday edition of Business Pants, joined by analyst whole Matt Moscardi. I'm not used to talking. Have I not talked for the past 2 weeks? On today's episode, this is 4 days after the average CEO already earned more than their typical worker makes in an entire year. We're 4 days after that already.
What a great stat. Actually, instead of doing dates, let's just do the number of days
after
the number of regular people's salaries the CEO has made.
Which means that they've made already four. So it's 4 days after, roughly 3 or 4 times what they've made already in a year. So they've already 4x them.
Yeah.
Does this make sense to anybody?
That makes sense somewhere.
Called January 6th, 2026. All the stories we missed over the past 2 weeks game. That's a game?
It's not. Is it a game? Is this a game?
Yeah, I think so.
How do I win
How is
this
that
game?
A game?
I don't know. I don't know what anything is.
Don't blame me for how horrible this game is.
How does this work? I like to start off.
I promise for our one remaining listener who is a bot from Kyrgyzstan, I think. I promise you that I don't try to be depressing with the headlines. I really just tag what's out there, and this is just what's out there. So here's how the game works. First, I have 4 major categories: Venezuela, which is a country in South America. I don't like that
category anymore. I would have liked that before. It's
Elon Musk. AI.
Okay.
And billionaires. And I'm going to throw a bunch of headlines at you. I'm going to ask you, which of these headlines best describes the story? Which do you think is the most fitting way of, if you had to give one headline to someone to tell them about what's going on in the world of Elon Musk or Venezuela, which one would you pick? That's the first game. Yeah.
Is this the things that we missed?
Yes, this is all
over the last month. Okay,
2
how would
weeks.
I summarize the last 2 weeks
since Hanukkah and Christmas?
With the headline.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll end with a kind of a speed round, and I have a dumb category and a good category. You just give me a 1 to 10. How dumb is it? How good is it?
This is maybe your most disjointed, worst game you've ever created.
Look, I had 2 weeks of headlines, so many thousands of headlines. In Yahoo Finance alone, I think there were 5,000 headlines I had to go through. There has to be some way for me to summarize everything that we've missed, and this is the only thing I can think of, honestly.
Well, you know what's good that you're doing this, so it's good. Yeah. It turns out Free Flow Analytics, our sponsor.
I was going to read the copy, but go ahead.
Don't even bother, because our sponsor is absorbing all your headlines. And I don't know how this is happening, but literally auto-updating the headlines.
What does that mean?
As in, they are getting automatically downloaded, tagged to companies, and then uploaded to a scorecard, their beta scorecard that you can see. It's got all the new headlines.
So what am I doing? Why am I looking at the headline? Why am I tagging?
Well, you have to choose the headlines.
Why?
So
can't we get rid of me?
As soon as you stop existing, then free float basically is less.
Can they also help me get rid of the 2 weeks of fat I put on my body just by eating nonstop?
They can help you get rid of a throbbing headache by offering you
I don't have a
advice on
headache. I
Tylenol.
just want to get rid of my
All
chubby
right.
Christmas eating. All right, here we go. So let's start with Venezuela. Yeah, I know it's weird that we're talking about the war in Venezuela as one of our stories, but I mean, listen to these headlines, and you pick the one that you think.
It's not a war on a country. It's
not
a corporate war. It's a
okay,
corporate
fine.
war.
Okay, you're stealing my thunder. Here we go. Here are the headlines. Trump's hint to oil executives weeks before Maduro ouster: get ready.
Yeah, that's fabulous. As if there wasn't more evidence. We needed more evidence that it is an oligarchy in this country now.
Maduro overthrow could help these U.S. oil companies recover assets seized by Venezuela.
Okay.
Trump makes it clear shocking Venezuelan regime changes largely about oil. He says they stole our oil. We're going to make a lot of money. What does it mean, our oil? How was our oil there? How did it become our oil?
When did they seize our oil?
Remember, it was Chavez, Hugo Chavez, like in, I I want to say it was the early 2000s. Didn't they take control over all the oil assets? They nationalized oil.
Yeah, I just want to be clear because
But whose oil? Isn't it their oil?
why are we arguing about something that happened 20 years ago?
Well, I'm gonna try not to bore you completely with this thought, but I was talking to someone, believe it or not, about water rights, Nile River water rights in Africa, and during the colonial times, which maybe are colonial times over? I don't think so, but let's just pretend like they're over. The British convinced Ethiopia, essentially, or cajoled or strong-armed them into telling them that they have, despite the fact that the Nile originates in Ethiopia, that they have no rights to the water of the Nile, none. This is kind of a similar situation, right? Like I guess Americans are being convinced that this is our oil, so it's a just war. It's just to get rid of the president.
So Hugo Chavez didn't actually take it.
Well, it was
Hugo
theirs
Chavez
to begin with. Took it back
inherited it
from
1976 when Venezuela assumed control of the country's petroleum industry.
Is that when Citgo became a thing?
Including projects operated by ExxonMobil. So this is the Make America Great Again, right?
This is Make America Great Again?
Yeah. This is when. We finally know when. We're still fixated on the fact that 50 years ago, a country took back its own oil.
U.S. oil companies gain after capture of Venezuela's Maduro. A group of about 20 investors already planning a trip to Venezuela. How about this one? Maduro falls, Bitcoin rises. A 1,700% surge that hit. But then my favorite is this one. U.S. oil giant mum. This is from the BBC, obviously. No, this is actually not. After Trump says they'll spend billions in Venezuela. So the funny part of this whole story, I say funny, is that the CEOs of all the U.S. oil giants, they don't have anything to say.
Oh, yeah.
They're quiet. Suddenly they're like, meh. I mean, you're talking about a man, Darren Woods, who in the last few years, he sued his own shareholders, right?
Yeah, he did. He did do that.
And he just was angry at everybody, but now he has nothing to say. He's just got...
He's also implemented a retail capture program in which retail voting, proxy voters, he just take their votes.
Well, this is actually...
Don't worry about it. We'll take your votes.
So this helps, actually, because I was thinking, what is the only way to, fight back against this? And it might be, to exercise your shareholder vote, but if you don't really have control over that soon, then, yeah.
Well, but is any shareholder going to vote out the executives of an oil company where the stock just surged? The problem is investors don't... They're not looking at the people and saying, you guys... the fact that... I think the summary headline here is Trump
go ahead. Pick a headline.
Trump's hint to oil executives weeks before Maduro ouster, get ready. Because
don't forget, because he was seizing oil liners before this happened, remember?
That tells you exactly what you need to know, that Trump and the oil executives were talking about the fact that they're going to Venezuela to take oil and they need to get ready. And the investor reaction was every one of those stocks was up 5 or 6%. Overnight.
This is from the Wall Street Journal. This is not from some leftist rag. This is not a conspiracy theory. So
there are no leftist rags left. They're all owned by Larry Ellison.
So Trump
Rupert Murdoch
actually spoke to the CEOs of oil companies before he spoke to Congress. In fact, he never actually talked to Congress.
He never spoke to Congress.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
This tells you the state of our oligarchy, the state of the U.S. CEO. And I guess this describes why they make as much money as their worker on day one, because they're really powerful people. I mean, that's the game, right?
If investors were actually paid attention to anything other than stock go up, they would say, this is not a sustainable way to run a company. This effectively is the executives of the company got inside information about a government military operation, and they're using it to enrich themselves. It's not good. It's really bad. We took over another country. We took out their leader. Stephen Miller says we can go to Greenland next and just take them over. There's no rules anymore. So now we're imperialists. That's not great for stocks in the long run. Imperialism.
It's a bad start to the year too. Pick a headline. What do you think best describes this? You have the headlines in front of you. I'm not going to reread them. What, do you find one that really tells the story the best?
It's Trump's hint to oil executives weeks before Maduro.
Yeah, that's
the only one.
That's an alarming. Let's move on to Elon Musk.
No.
The richest man in the world by a lot, by a pretty big factor.
Just got repaid.
Yeah, I think, in fact, this is what I didn't remember. Did we cover that before we left? That no. Okay, so why don't you cover it quickly? Summarize what happened in Delaware, because I guess we didn't talk about this.
Delaware basically, so first Delaware takes his claws back his money, saying the board was in his pocket and investors did not know how compromised the board was, and
no
therefore,
independence.
Like, they expected some independent oversight of Musk and they didn't get it, and this pay is reflective of it, and they clawed it back, and then Musk moved to Texas, but not because of the pay, as he said, because he likes Texas, and then got himself paid in Texas a second pay package where he took all the employees' pay. And then they gave him a new pay package on a go-forward basis and replenished the employees' pay. And then Delaware said, well, we weren't wrong. The board was totally in the bag for Musk. Not independent, not good. But it was 7 years ago. Just give him his pay, is effectively what the court said. So he got his old pay package back. This way, Tesla avoids a massive accounting charge, which is what they were trying to avoid. Because if they had to repay him, it would be a massive accounting charge. So he got $140 billion back.
All right, so let's add that story into the mix. Pick what you think is the biggest Elon story in the last few weeks. Let's start with that one. His pay. Delaware has changed his mind and giving Elon even more money. Elon Musk is facing government backlash after it turns out that Grok AI is used to create sexualized images of women and minors. So the big story is that he's facing regulatory probes in Europe, India, Malaysia, everywhere, because I guess his AI is just churning out sexualized images of women and kids. This is where we're at.
Sounds right.
Elon Musk.
I mean,
how does he?
This is a guy who dunks on people on Twitter and thinks he's funny because he's 13.
How do you keep your job? How is that allowed? How do you keep your job with that? I don't really. I'm a little unclear about that. The other one, Tesla loses its EV crown to BYD after second annual sales drop. So Tesla did something kind of unusual last few weeks, which is they basically they're not running away from the fact that they suck at sales. Like quarter four sales suck. They've sucked for 2 straight years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the fourth story out of the Elon Musk world is probably the most frightening to me. Just listen to this headline: Elon Musk plans high volume production of Neuralink brain chips and says he wants to automate the surgical procedure. Now, I don't know that he'll be able to. It's hard to know what this man can actually achieve because a lot of it's bluster. But think about the future forward ramifications of a man, the richest man in the world, who is a known kind of deviant, immoral personality, telling us that he wants to have a high volume of brain chips that can be automatically implanted into your brains. Now, the premise here is that we're starting off helping people who have brain problems, right? But you know that this is a slippery slope to just implanting chips into everybody. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I just throw it out there.
I know it sounds insane or whatever, but this is chief overpromiser Musk. Like, he also said,
okay, but still,
by this time this year, we would have millions of Tesla robo-taxis on the road. I think we have like 4.
But 3 years ago, basically nobody predicted that the presence of AI would completely transform the world's economy and just the way we interact with tech. And so I don't know. I mean, things do things have been changing at a rapid pace. I'm just saying it's a scary headline. I've never seen it put quite that way. In fact, this is the first I've even thought of, Neuralink being used for anything other than kind of a medical purpose. But anyway,
I only think of Neuralink as a way for Elon Musk to have sex with more women.
Okay. So what's the big Elon news here? Is it Delaware? Is it that he sucks at sales? Is it like child porn on his website? Where are we going with Elon? How would you summarize Elon over the past few weeks?
There's two things that stand out to me. Number one is, the story is Elon Musk's ex faces probes in Europe, India, Malaysia after Grok generated explicit images of women and children.
Will Europe do something?
Well, that is the
no
story.
Section 230
That's
there,
number
right?
one. That's the story. Number two is look at the countries that care. Is the U.S. listed there? It's Europe, India, and Malaysia that are investigating.
And we're like aren't we like the winners of Christianity? Like, aren't we like we're getting rid of, like, we're taking away women's rights to reproductive care? And why don't we care?
In one of the stories, somebody who covers AI wrote, Grok's viral image moment has arrived. It's a little different than the Ghibli one was, though, right? Like, as in Studio Ghibli, there was ChatGPT put out an image creator, and it would make everyone look like it was like from a Miyazaki film,
right? Without permission, right?
Without permission. They stole it all. They did it in the style of, and it went viral for a little while. This guy is basically saying, like, well, this is like their viral image, except that it's all like porn, it's child porn.
Yeah.
And Musk's reply was way funnier.
Yeah,
that's what he wrote in reply.
Yeah, that the things that AI were doing to the kids is funnier than
it's funny. It's funnier than like cute
the
Studio
normal
Ghibli.
image. Yeah,
this is a teenage boy.
Worse than that, because teenage boys don't typically have power.
And
wealth,
with hundreds of billions of dollars at his disposal,
and with
no moral compass,
with no guardrails. I mean, even the Americans on the left,
no adult.
Even the Americans on the left are. Look, we've all been to like, we've talked to our friends, been to dinner parties. We all on the left we agree together that Elon is a problem, but no one does anything about it. There's not even a plan. There's like nothing. Like, there's,
that like the next proxy vote, no one gets voted out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
he's gonna get whatever he wants anyway. There's no rules.
Are we so beaten down that we don't even concoct like ideas of how to oust people like this? Like, they just went into Venezuela and took out their president and flew him to New York, and we just sit around hand wringing, and like it is like other than us who are like, we are madly and insanely trying to generate ideas of how to like have shareholder and investor input into how companies are run. Who is coming up with ideas to these things, these known entities and people that we know are harmful for our society?
Look, in the end, I think this is the best thing to ever happen. I think it's going to take your kid showing up in like a AI sexualized,
for someone to get mad,
for someone to fucking get mad and do something.
Right. Okay.
Like imagine. Okay. I'm talking to you, BlackRock. Larry Fink's got kids.
Does he?
Like grandkids, most likely. Imagine his grandkids showed up on Grok AI in a sexualized manner. Imagine Larry Fink's wife was what?
Yeah, but the shares are going up. It's his fiduciary duty not to care.
No, but do you think Larry Fink would then suddenly sit by and be like, "This is fine. This is fine. This is just part of the process."
I don't know the answer anymore to that.
Like, I think it literally has to happen to you. Like everyone
you might be right.
who
it was like
makes a decision.
Remember the evil Lord Sith Dick Cheney, who finally he finally saw the light on gay rights because wasn't it his daughter or his granddaughter came out as gay? Someone in his family came out as gay, and he was like, "Okay, this is ridiculous. Like, we need rights for these people."
Happens. That's literally the only way it happens, right? That's what we got to have.
Ugh.
It's great. So I'm going with
I'm surprised you picked that one. All right, okay.
That one.
I don't even know which one that is. We're going to, yeah, Matt's highlighting it for posterity. All right, let's move over to AI. Lots of AI. There's always lots of AI, but I tried to break them down into 5 categories. The first category is, I don't know if it's a coincidence or not, other than the fact that they're fabulous victims, but children. Let's start with children. And I'll just give you some headlines to demonstrate why we're talking about children. It's actually the first time I remember we've been tagging AI headlines for a while. It's the first time I've actually seen a lot of headlines about kids. So here are the 3 headlines I tagged this week. Could have tagged a lot more. Tech giants pushing AI into schools is a huge ethically bankrupt experiment on innocent children that will likely end in disaster. Children falling apart as they become addicted to AI. OpenAI's child exploitation reports increased sharply this year. Let's move over to Psychosis. A few headlines about Psychosis. Doctors say AI use is almost certainly linked to developing psychosis. Woman suffers AI psychosis after obsessively generating AI images of herself. What do you think? What's that?
God,
what does that mean? What does that mean?
So bad. I don't know, but I hate
you
it.
ask. I'm not going to go there. And then man describes how ChatGPT led him straight into psychosis. And then I have 3 other related AI headlines. So I want you to just pick what you think is the biggest story in AI. AI Godfather, we've talked a lot about him, warns that it's starting to show signs of self-preservation.
Yeah.
That sounds very Terminator, right? I don't like the idea of self-preservation. Disturbing messages show ChatGPT encouraged a murder. And then finally, OpenAI reportedly planning to make ChatGPT prioritize advertisers in conversation. I mean, what's that about?
Why did you not pick the one that, I just saw this morning? ChatGPT is announcing a head of preparedness that they're hiring.
I was gonna, I threw that in. I think I threw that in my dumb
That's
category.
what they want you to put in here.
But let's talk about that now. They want to hire. Help me out with this. I saw a lot of headlines that suggest that the average OpenAI worker makes about $1.5 million. Right?
Yeah, probably.
And they're hiring for the head of preparedness, which is basically someone who has to deal with all the horrible things the AI does to society, and they're only offering to pay them $550,000. Like, how is that person? Which it seems like a very important job. How are they making 1/3 of the average employee? And what is that anyway? Like, what is that person going to achieve?
I'm incredulous at your surprise.
Okay.
Isn't this like?
I try to take my job seriously. Yeah.
Head of sustainability. This is like.
I don't. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah.
So this is like the head of HR. It's basically that.
So where are you with AI this week? Which of these things? Children psychosis, self-preservation, murder, advertisers. Where do you land this week?
Oh man! How do I choose between self-preservation, psychosis, children, and prioritizing advertisers? I hate prioritizing advertisers.
I would think that that's one that we could all rally behind, right? Like, isn't that antithetical to the
antithetical?
Excuse me. If I had AI, I could have corrected myself. To the purpose of AI, right? Isn't that destroying our free speech? All the free speech absolutists, like we're right? Prioritizing advertisers is the same as banning swear words or something, right? Like, how is it different?
I don't know. I hate being sold anything.
Well, it's not
anything.
free.
I hate all of it.
Yeah.
But it's children. I mean, like, look.
We're seeing a lot more stuff about children.
Like, this could be the year that our children effectively have to drop out of society because society is so heinous. Like, I don't understand what's happening. It's so bad.
Yeah, I mean, there is the first one I picked about all these companies, Microsoft. They're all racing, and they do this. They do this in the worst ways. It's almost like. It's like HelloFresh. I remember this company called HelloFresh that used to send you like meal kits to your door.
Meal kits. Yeah,
and they try to get you into it by giving you the first like month for free, right? They're trying to addict you, and that's what these companies like Microsoft, Apple, Alphabet, they're all doing. Is they're throwing all this free shit at schools, trying to get them addicted. But I can't think of a worse thing for a kid to already at that age be giving up their their freedom. Like they're already using AI to help them make like intellectual choices. Yeah, to not think, because that it will quickly become addictive, just like GPS. I mean, can you imagine anyone using a map now? I mean, we GPS itself has proven how quickly it will rot your brain. So, yeah, I'm with you on the children one. All right, let's move on. This is already too much.
This is the worst. This is the worst episode we've ever done.
This is what was trending in business news. I'm sorry. Let's go to Billionaires.
Oh God, it's going to get better now.
The three big stories about the oligarchy, but billionaires. So I'll let you choose. The first was just that. Again, these were a lot of end of the year stories, but the one headline that kind of captured it was the world's richest people just had their best year yet. AI boom adds more than $500 billion to the wealth of tech founders and CEOs. More self-made billionaires under 30 than ever before. We have 11 new billionaires just in the last 3 months because of AI. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on. Jamie Dimon made $770 million last year. They're saying 2026 could be even better. That's the first category, that the world's richest are having the best year yet. The other big story out of Billionaires is the threat of a California billionaire tax is drawing criticism from the ultra wealthy.
What? They don't like it?
They are threatening to leave California just because of a proposed 5% wealth tax. It's not even law yet, but it's just a 5% wealth tax. The man that we're seeing the most angry is Bill Ackman, who I thought was a New Yorker, right? Wasn't he a New Yorker, or does he live in Cambridge? Because he was
everywhere.
He's mad at Harvard. I don't know. He's calling the wealth tax. He's calling it expropriation of private property. I mean, he's going a little overboard there. Peter Thiel and Larry Page are threatening to leave California. That's the second big story. Billionaires sad at California. And the third one is this story that we missed right on the edge of when we stopped broadcasting last year, is that Barry Weiss, who we talked a lot about, who took over CBS News. She's the new CEO of CBS News. She yanked a 60-minute story about Trump, and they're calling it censorship by oligarchy. So the oligarchy now is kind of infiltrating news stories. I don't know if you're going to land on that one as your big billionaire story. So what do you pick? You pick best year yet for billionaires, or what about this thing going on in California?
I mean, everybody's saying that like the billionaires all moved to Florida, which I think is awesome. Honestly, the news is surprisingly, I know I hate listening to it, but it's surprisingly good.
So
right?
How do you feel doing this show?
Because, look, if every billionaire leaves California and they move to Florida, because Florida has no, state income tax, and they basically just let billionaires do whatever they want, you know that Florida is 100% underwater.
Yeah, but you know what's weird?
In 30 years.
Well, I'll tell you this, though, because it's been a weird election cycle here in the United States, because what also happened in Florida last month was that Miami elected its first Democratic governor in like 3 or 4 decades, and the first woman ever. So it's like the people there you're happy about the billionaires going to Florida, but they're not too happy, it sounds.
No, I'm thrilled that they're going, because
they'll
buy giant houses on the coast and they'll be underwater, right? Like every one of them will be underwater. Yeah. Like everyone's going to be angry because our children are getting sexualized and then, pimped to, all sorts of AI tech bro companies. And the billionaires are going to hide in Florida, where Florida will sink into the ocean, and there will be no more AI and no more billionaires. Aren't we winning? I'm gonna actually choose.
Yeah.
The world's richest people had their best year yet.
The amount of wealth that they kind of scraped back from the world last year is
the
off the
level
charts.
of wealth accrual. I'm not a redistributionist in any sense of the word, but the danger of there's a global French Revolution possibility, because the number of people who literally have everything, all of it, and they don't need any of it. Right?
Yeah.
That is getting psychotic. It's always been psychotic. And it seems worse.
And they're aware of what you're saying, because one thing that we track is the rise in just security costs alone that the companies shareholders pay just to protect the CEOs.
Yeah, they know. And every time Bill Ackman opens his fat, stupid mouth, he's basically just saying, like he said 10 minutes ago, everyone was going to leave New York City because of Mamdani, and
that happened,
and no one's left yet.
No.
And now he's saying everyone's going to leave in California because Ro Khanna wants a billionaire tax, right? Like, these guys just open their fucking mouths when it suits them, and they hide behind security guards to do it.
All right, let's move on because I think we can get a little bit more.
Let's go faster. I want to go fast.
Speed round. You want to start with the dumb speed round or the good? What do you want to go, dumb or good?
Dumb first.
Two former Hinge. You can give me 1 to 10. Two, and you can go quickly.
What's a 10? What's a 10?
Well, you decide how dumb the story is.
How dumb. Okay.
Okay, this one is a perfect one to start with. Two former Hinge executives are building an app to make it easier to plan hangouts with your friends.
Oh, that's a 10. that's like,
I mean, we're at a crisis, right? This is a world crisis moment.
Like, pick up a phone, call your friend. Be
it's
like,
pretty
let's hang
easy.
Out. It's like we figured that out.
I can't think of anything easier. Yeah.
Literally millennia, we had that one down.
Yeah. I just picked this one because only I'm going to like this one, but I just love this because they misquoted Jim Cramer. This is a Yahoo Finance article. Now, in the actual article, Jim Cramer is calling Kelly Ortberg from Boeing a no-nonsense guy, and he likes him. But the headline that they got wrong, and it went out in the feed, is Boeing CEO, quote, is a nonsense guy, end quote. I just thought... I like that. How dumb is that?
That's a 2. That's just.
How about this one? Some men may downplay climate change risks to avoid appearing feminine. This is from a study of the Journal of Environmental Psychology. So they're not going to express concern about climate change because they fear that it won't make them look like real men. What the hell? How dumb is that?
All right, so you said something in the crossover episode we did right before we went on break. With Mike Levin and Ann Lipton. We did a crossover episode, shareholder primacy, and you talked about how you said something about like the reason why Musk got his pay package or something like that was it would be emasculating for him not to get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Ann laughed and agreed, but in that kind of like jokey way. And I've thought about that since you said it. I'm pretty sure that describes 90% of what we're seeing.
Well, it's
men in charge afraid to look weak and emasculated.
The hoarding of wealth is a very kind of masculine idea, right? I mean, we only see it for men in the history of our world.
And that's like the teenage. Like I keep thinking of them as like these middle school bros, like because there's nothing worse when you're in middle school than being called like gay.
Right.
Or being like
or girl, or
a girl,
like a girl,
or
right?
sissy, or like humiliated in front of other dudes and girls that you might want to someday have sex with. There's nothing worse than being emasculated, and it explains
expressing
so much
concern
behavior
about climate change.
It explains so much behavior. I actually am going to give this a 0 because it's not that it's dumb. I actually think that's what's happening everywhere.
No, I think you're right. Yeah. CEO. I just like the headline. How dumb is this headline? I just love how much information it gives you. CEO of local public company to step down after nearly 10 years.
There's literally nothing about.
How
I don't know
dumb
anything.
is that headline?
That could be like Gus, who owns the garage.
What are we doing here? What's that? Give me a score.
That's a 9. That's a 9.
Malcolm Gladwell. I know you like Malcolm Gladwell. He triggers me. I don't know why. I've never liked Malcolm Gladwell. Here's the headline.
He's
You're okay with him. Malcolm Gladwell tells, I just don't understand this. It just sounds dumb to me. Malcolm Gladwell tells young people if they want a STEM degree, don't go to Harvard. You may end up at the bottom of your class and drop out. I don't know what the hell is he talking about.
That's great advice. You know what? Don't try to go to the best school.
Don't aspire.
Don't aspire to be good because you might fail and
I don't like that one. That one depressed me.
You should go to your local community college where it's too easy for you and you're at the top of the class. That is pretty dumb, but that's like a 6. That's
it's not dumb. Okay, how about this one for dumb? OpenAI CEO Sam Altman says he is envious of Gen Z college dropouts who have the mental space and time to build new startups.
Yeah, finally.
This guy is turning out to be the biggest jerk, the fraudiest
He's
loser.
He's such a fucking fraud.
He's a fraud, right?
Fraud.
I mean, what the hell is he talking about? First of all, Sam, quit your job, and then you'll have plenty of mental space. They tried to fire you.
They tried to fire you.
I'm in support of those board members. I'm Helen Toner. A few others, including Ilya Sutskever, your co-founder, tried to fire you too. Quit, Sam.
Yeah, there you go. You'll have plenty of mental space.
And why are you envious of college dropouts specifically?
Specifically the dropouts.
You don't even know what it's like to do all 4 years and to develop relationships with your fellow students, with your professors, to go really deep into a subject. Like, what are you talking about, Sam? Like, you're pissing over the whole education system that you don't understand?
I am not envious.
Idiot.
I am envious of anybody who drops out of third grade.
Why go
and has
deep
the
into
mental
anything?
space to spend
Why?
time on the playground?
Yeah.
Like, what a fucking moron. That's a 9. Like that. It would be a 10, but it's really, really hard to compete with making an app that makes it easier to hang out with your friends. It's
How about
really
this
hard to
one?
compete with that.
This one just tells me the state of the world we're living in. This 22-year-old college dropout, it's always college dropouts, with an AI-powered YouTube empire, makes $700,000 a year and works just 2 hours a day. How dumb is that? I just don't get the state of our world. Is just crazy.
It's a 1. I don't care about that.
Trump Mobile says its first ever smartphone is delayed and the government shutdown is to blame.
I love the government shutdown being to blame for a private company.
Why is it hard to get a smartphone out? Why is that difficult?
Why are they making a
I don't know,
smartphone?
but they announced this over a year ago, right? Like what? Why is it so difficult?
Look, I am shocked that Trump cannot have an industry that isn't a crypto industry where you're selling fraud. Can't get anything off the ground. Like all of his companies suck.
Yeah, well,
so
remember he infamously had a casino that failed, and a casino that failed.
He had Trump steak. He had Trump water.
Steak.
He had Trump
water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Airlines. He had
I don't blame him for the airlines. Those could be
failed.
hard, but steak and water, those are easy sells.
This is a 3. It's not. This is predictable, not dumb.
The college to office path is dead. CEO of the world's biggest recruiter says Gen Z grads need to consider trade jobs with no degree required. So more of these powerful CEOs telling kids, don't bother learning, just forget it. Just what do you think about that?
I tagged a Wall Street Journal article this morning
Yeah.
that said companies are now recruiting only from the top colleges.
Right.
I don't know what to think anymore.
Of course.
Like, what the hell?
Because the value of 4 years of sustained education, where it increasingly difficult over time, ending maybe in an honors project, a thesis, is so goddamn important. We don't even need to discuss it. Like, why are we even discussing the importance of more education? Like, how did we get here?
Why does every fucking CEO think it's okay to be like, you know what, your college degree sucks, go do something else?
Because keeping people dumb will keep them from ousting Elon Musk when he's generating images of child porn, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
This one's a 4.
And finally, in the dumb category, ChatGPT gets anxiety. Okay, I got to slow down on this one. This one is just so dumb and stupid to me. Here we go. ChatGPT gets anxiety from violent user inputs. So researchers are teaching the chatbot mindfulness techniques to soothe it. I mean, what? I mean, you were telling me today about your problem with you were using AI to help you with figuring out some coding errors, and you're telling me that it was constantly hallucinating and apologizing for it, but yet hallucinating more, and it's just like, so what? It gets anxiety. What's happening here? I don't.
Look. I can understand how it would be getting anxiety because the amount of times I have to swear at
but
AI.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just feeling.
It's not a sentient being. I mean, should it be getting anxiety?
I mean, should it is a
Yeah.
totally different question from
Was
is
it programmed to get anxiety? Anyway, what do you think about that one?
I'm gonna give this a 7.
Let's move on.
It's very dumb.
Let's
All right,
wrap
good.
up
We're on
this
good
one.
category.
Finally, on to the good category. These are, maybe these are good. Let's do quickly here. Minimum wage just went up in 19 states. Workers in one state are getting a $2 an hour raise.
And $2 an hour.
Okay, I'm just telling you that minimum wage is up in 19 states January 1st, as of January 1st.
Oh, I like that though. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Judge says Trump administration must continue funding the consumer watchdog, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Yeah, that's a 5, mostly because they're going to gut it anyway. They'll fund it and they'll give it all to Stephen Miller or something.
Angry town halls nationwide find a new villain, a data center giving up your electricity bill while fueling job-killing AI.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. It literally has to happen to
you.
you in your backyard before you even fucking look up. Like it's been happening for years, and now you're finally noticing. This actually should be in dumb, and it should be a 8.
All right. How about this? You don't see these two names together as a subject of a sentence. Bernie Sanders and Ron DeSantis speak out against data center boom. Saying this is a bad sign for the AI industry. How about that? Bernie Sanders and Ron DeSantis.
There's a lot of like so-and-so says, Sam Altman says, Jamie Dimon says, Elon Musk says, whatever. There has been a lot of the blowhards talking about data centers in space, like a lot in the last month. And I think
no jurisdiction. Yeah, let's get up there.
Not only is there no jurisdiction, but there's some recognition at this point that if we keep doing this, everyone's going to. We're not going to be able to keep doing this. Like everyone will hate us. I think this is good. I think this is a 9. Someone.
Mitt Romney says the U.S. This is Mitt Romney, the former Republican, former Republican candidate for the president of the United States of America. Mitt Romney says the U.S. is on a cliff, and taxing the rich is now necessary, given the magnitude of our national debt. So, what do you think about that, Mitt Romney now?
You know, Romney was the one who said on tape, got caught saying on tape, that people were makers and takers. Didn't he say that?
It was like 47% or like nothing burgers or something.
Or like are basically going to vote for Obama because they're just takers, right?
Yeah.
Like, meanwhile, Elon Musk, like yesterday,
just called Bernie Sanders a taker. Yeah.
He called Bernie Sanders a taker and said he was a maker.
A taker who wants to like, give it to his fellow constituents to like help them get health insurance and
they also
and a bowl of soup. But yeah, go ahead.
They're also finding that the only I read some story about the only people, the Republicans who will talk against Trump are the ones who all have announced resignations. Every single one of them. Yeah. Every single one of them on their way out the door is basically bad mouthing the whole administration. Yeah. They're like, this is fucking nuts. Well, everyone's an idiot.
To be fair to Mitt, he's not new to this. He did vote for impeachment, right? I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But I just love that Mitt's kind of like at the forefront of actually having a spine.
Yeah.
I think this is fine. It's a 7.
Okay. I didn't know if to put this next one to good or dumb, but I went with good because I just think it's funny. Microsoft CEO, that would be Satya Nadella, begs users to stop calling it slop. Now he's referring to he's basically referring to everything his company is now creating, because now we're calling everything slop. AI slop.
This is a 10. You want to know why this is great? If you want to guarantee that everyone will call it slop, beg them not to.
Yes, exactly. I had the same thought. And finally, in this horrible, what did we call this horrible game? All the stories we missed over the past 2 weeks game. Again, I struggle with this one being good or dumb, but I went with good. Man operating robot accidentally makes it kick him directly in the nutsack. That's not my headline. That's from futurism.com. But do you like that one? Is that good or dumb?
The robot is a robot, like it's a robotics firm.
It's a humanoid,
right?
Yeah,
the humanoid robot, and they're like
picture's
training.
Pretty funny. Yeah,
there's a video of it where he's like fighting with it or something.
I mean, look, if there's not a better if there's not better foreshadowing then I don't know what it is. What else is better than that?
This is good. This is
All
great.
right.
This is a 9. It's almost as
right.
good as slop. It's
What do you
almost as good
got?
as slop.
What do you got?
All right, I got something quick for you.
Yeah,
all right,
it's good.
Because we missed a whole bunch of predictions while we were gone.
Okay.
Here's a
Speaking of
short-
which, let's we're gonna have our prediction show this Friday, right?
big prediction. We're not going to do a week roundup. We're going to do our
We're gonna look at
prediction
our-
show on
We're
Friday.
gonna look at how much we probably failed at our predictions last year, and we'll make a few predictions. We're not gonna
We'll
go
make a whole
too
bunch.
crazy this year. We sometimes we
No,
go
no,
a
no.
little
We'll
overboard.
have a couple.
Yeah.
We'll have our biggest predictions. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and if you're going to listen to any blowhard, we're the ones to listen
Yeah,
to.
of course we are.
Here are some other predictions that have already come out. Right. Tom Lee, don't know who that is,
Yeah.
predicts 250,000 Ethereum price. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Tom Lee's predicting that. Oh, here's another one. Grayscale predicts Bitcoin will reach new all-time high by March 2026.
Yeah. This all sounds like market manipulation, but look good. Let's go for it.
Here might be my favorite prediction headline that I read in the last month. Every Wall Street analyst now predicts a stock rally in 2026.
Every single one of them?
Every.
Even Dave?
I love that.
Yeah.
Every single one.
I didn't know. I thought
Every.
Dave was waffling on that one. That's good. Okay.
Not one is predicting the opposite.
The stock market certainly didn't give a shit that the U.S. is flying into sovereign territories and plucking their presidents out of there.
That's just great cover for the Epstein files.
It is good cover, yeah.
Here's one. Godfather of AI, Jeffrey Hinton, predicts 2026 will see the technology get even better and gain the ability to replace many other jobs.
Yeah, I to that point, I saw this. There's like this disturbing kind of stat going around. This headline discussing how we're now in an era of we're actually achieving GDP growth, and yet like the jobs are going away, which is a very bad juxtaposition, right? Because the
great.
growth is all bullshit coming from AI investment, right? And we're, the people are not benefiting from it. To your point, like there is kind of like a simmering of a global like French Revolution going on, because how long can you sustain that kind of nonsense? I mean,
you know what? It's got to happen in their backyard till your backyard's literally on fire. No one gets.
And then you have Elon Musk, and he's not the only one saying who is now at the forefront of preaching to the people. Don't worry about it, because soon you're not going to need money. No one's going to need to work. Everyone's going to be wealthy. It's going to be great. Like, just don't stop worrying. Like, just forget.
But the flip side of that has been,
you'll be dead with measles,
you think your backyard's on fire now? The fire would be even hotter if China does it.
Oh,
right?
China,
It's like literally like we're lighting your backyard on fire, but we're doing it because our fire is better than their fire.
China, the country that I don't think has actually started many wars in the last like 40 years, have they? Like,
they're about to go to war
started?
with Taiwan.
Okay, well, but that's it. I mean, we do like 5-year wars a year, but yeah, go ahead.
We're working on it. All right, here's another headline. Amazon Alexa chief predicts, Alexa chief,
Alexa
the head
chief
of Alexa, predicts an end to doom scrolling. The next generation is going to just think differently.
Oh, wow, what is that based on? Like what?
Well, he's saying that because his thought was that everyone's going to interact with AI instead of doom scroll. So instead of being like face down in their dopey phone scrolling on Instagram or whatever, they're now going to be talking to Amazon's stupid AI.
Well, good, because why? The crux of doom scrolling really is that you're aware of the things going on in the world, right? Isn't that what the doom scrolling means? Is that like you're seeing negative things and about the world,
but inside your bubble. So
right, but talking to AI is better because you'll be talking to a made up unicorn. You just won't have to. You don't have to pay attention to anything. All right, keep going.
In 2026, CFOs, all of them, I guess, predict AI transformation, not just efficiency gains.
Okay, that sounds boring. Yeah,
I like that it's CFOs.
Yeah, CFOs.
They don't say like
the
120.
Nerds.
They just say CFOs, like all.
Yeah.
As millions of Gen Zers face unemployment, CEOs of Amazon, Walmart, and McDonald's say opportunity is still there if you have the right mindset.
Oh, you have to have the right mindset now.
You want to know, like the absolute worst jobs you can get are at Amazon, Walmart, and McDonald's, aren't they? They're the ones saying your mindset's not correct to work here?
Let's not forget that less than a month ago, McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczinski basically told us nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about your career. So just, whatever, just forget
I'm
it.
going to foreshadow one of my predictions for Friday, which is I predict that you not having a job is your own fault.
Yes.
In 2026.
Well, it's because of your mindset.
I mean, I'm going into 2026 thinking everything is your fault.
Yeah.
That's a prediction, okay? Here's an oily oil prediction. Ooh. Oil experts predict slight rise in gas prices as global tensions mount.
Well, you know what? There was a headline just the other day, the perfect end of 2026, how Stellantis, the car company, is now they're back in on big gas guzzling, like big machines, these big loud gas guzzling. Yeah.
That's because it'd be emasculating to drive your electric car now.
Your super efficient, really fast electric car.
Yeah, it's emasculating.
Yeah.
Don't you feel
that doesn't give you a headache because it's
like a gay woman
peaceful,
driving your car around.
That has way better acceleration than your gas car? Sure.
Everyone's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Here's a couple from blowhards.
Yes.
Elon Musk predicts double-digit U.S. growth by 2026.
Okay, well, I don't know what that is.
Why is Elon Musk predicting U.S. growth?
Because of...
he can't predict anything he's ever said is wrong. He predicts it all wrong. Yeah. He can't even predict how many cars his own company will make.
No.
And he's telling us that the U.S. will grow. Treasury Secretary predicts historic merger could make 2026 a very good year.
What does that mean?
The biggest merger in history.
What is that?
He was talking about something in the one big beautiful bill and merging. I don't.
Was it doesn't matter. Lay's potato chips with meta platforms? What is he talking about?
It said 2026 is going to be his quote is very good year for the American people for Main Street.
Sure. Okay.
That guy is a good barometer of what Main Street. How about Trump advisor predicts Miami will dethrone New York City as financial capital under new progressive mayor?
There's no chance of that.
Does he know that Miami just elected a progressive mayor, a woman and a Democrat who's progressive? I don't think he knows that. I think he was out on that.
Yeah.
And then finally, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman says...
I love Sam Altman says.
In 10 years' time, college graduates will be working some completely new, exciting, super well-paid job in space.
Do they want to be working in space?
That's his prediction.
Yeah,
that's the prediction.
But that's the prediction, right? Is stop worrying, stop paying attention, because we're all going to be super well paid and
you're going to be
and happy
super well paid. You'll be in space, super well paid. That's all we got. That's Hazelnut Rawlis. I'm your analyst, Matt Muscardi. Come back on Friday for our prediction show. There's a shareholder primacy that's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, boy.
There's so much stuff happening around here. There's so much content. And you know what? Free Flow Analytics, shout out to them for sponsoring the show. The data that they're generating is unbelievable. I'm seeing some new stuff, and it's amazing. So go check them out. Until next time, goodbye.